It's BJ again at Parque Lleras, place that I'm not too unfamiliar with. And speaking of unfamiliar, well, as I get more comfortable in front of the camera, correction, I'm not gonna be in front of the camera this time. As you recall in my inaugural video from Easter Island, I had that ridiculous getup, and I don't think that'll fly. Nah, when you do Parque Lleras, you gotta do it right. Not that the policy or anything to worry about up in this, down in this motherfucker, but still, you just can't be rolling like you're an ISIS terrorist in this place. Nah. So most of the videos that I do, these commentary videos, I will roll up with the accoutrements, but not in this one. Hence, you'll just have to listen to me and enjoy the scenery. Now, coming off my Easter Island video, I basically got no views at all, which is all well and good. I mean, I cuss like a sailor. I didn't have too much that informative in the ways of content. It's not like I taught you how to reinvent the wheel or anything. Just some asshole YouTuber out in the middle of the world, enjoying some solitude until he's got to get back in the rat race. Pretty close to the rat race already. Today it's Medellin, tomorrow it's Bogota, then from Bogota it's Miami. Well, if you watch the Easter Island video, you heard me go off about how America's becoming this big circus and all that there. And I do not retract from anything. I stand by every word that I said. I legit fuck around, don't want to come back to that motherfucker, but it's not like I could earn $20,000 a year doing nothing here in these countries, so it's back to the States. No, I don't want to seem unpatriotic. I really do respect. I won't use the LOV, I won't love bomb, but I respect and truly cherish and appreciate my American citizenship. No doubt about it. Will I take one in the bullet? Will I take one in the forehead for Uncle Sam? Let's say the Trumpsters got one up on me on that one. But be that as it may, I'm coming back to America. And that is not a bad thing at all. Being down in this motherfucker for as long as I've been. Now, I guess if there's a theme to this joint, I guess it's gonna be how to escape the 9-to-5 grind and live your best life and live life on your terms. I'm not really sure about the demography of my YouTube videos, but I'm sure not too many of you have the inclination, bank account, and know-how to just drop it all and go to a continent away and just forget about it all for 2 months. Living on your savings, all that there. I'd imagine at least 50, 60, 70% of you are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's not cool at all. So you're gonna ask, BJ, how did you, we know your age, we know you're not retired, not quite retirement age, not quite yet. So how is it a guy of your perceptible intelligence? I hope I don't come off as too fucking stupid. I know I don't come off as too smart, so I know you're kind of gauging me in that middle range. Harvard graduate, I am not. But you're probably surmising to yourself, how does a guy of this amount of intelligence, you've seen my size, and basically life toolbox, let's say, how is this guy able to just jerk off and go from country to country to country and not really have to worry about too much and just not really have his bank account bleed out too bad. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that while you're enjoying the Parque Lleras scenery. And hopefully I'm doing Parque Lleras right. If I'm not doing Parque Lleras right, it's going to be kind of a rude awakening at the end of this joint. And that's not a good thing. Hopefully I'll be around to the end. Plan is to get you 20 minutes of content and really kind of, that guy, I keep forgetting this guy's name, but this guy's really killing it with just these 20-minute videos where he's just talking to his camera. I'm not talking into it today, but I'm going to be talking into it in the future. But anyway, videos like this, just rapping. And yeah, I'm going to get you 20 minutes. I don't know how we're going to fill it. We're just going to fill it up with fucking everything. Life potpourri, 9-to-5 grind, the whole thing. Hopefully the Parque Lleras scenery will just make this video. That's kind of what I'm banking on. Like I don't have to do the heavy lifting, you know? Just let the Parque Lleras, it's kind of like an 80s commercial. I kind of harp on about my love for the 80s and the 90s. There's a commercial, Honda, the car that sells itself. Hopefully this will be the YouTube video that sells itself and I don't have to do too much. If you ever surmise, BJ's a guy that just doesn't like to do too much. Not in life. Life's not worth doing too much, you know? Apropos of all this 9-to-5 grind and working your ass off to not even meet ends meet, I'm the fucking antithesis of that. I just do not like to do too much. Life is not worth doing too much. Life is a goddamn bitch, man. Talking about the B word in Parque Lleras. You know, you wake up, you go to school for 12 years, you take a shit. You work 12 hours a day. If you don't get sick or maimed, you survive until you're about 65, 70. Hopefully you get some sort of a pension. Well, I don't know how that's going to go, the way this economy's going. But anyway, that's kind of the game plan. And you do that, and then, you know, fingers crossed, you don't get cancer, you don't get some sort of debilitating disease. If you have kids, they probably all leave you, become assholes and all of that. You just have a one-room abandoned apartment with a fixed income, a couple $1,000s, always lamenting about your youth. This 70-year-old, 80-year-old, 90-year-old fart in his bed, motherfucker, and that's kind of the way it goes. And then it's over, and then you take your dirt nap for all of eternity. Does that sound like a really cool deal, huh? Life. How the abortionist cocksuckers? How they ordered that? Life. And they just went through BJ's monologue that I just did. But anyway, let's pull away from that. Let's segue into something a little more happier. That's vacations and living your best life and abandoning the 9-to-5 and all of that there. So I do respect the grinders, the ones that do it 9-to-5. I do. It's just a bitch how overeducated and oversaturated job market this is. I mean, you got engineers at McDonald's and Starbucks while I'm over here jerking off in Colombia. Well, not literally. That's gonna happen literally. That's gonna happen literally, but figuratively speaking. Hey, apropos to jerking off, check this shit out, gang. Bet you never seen this in the States. This is testosterone depot shit. Basically, they sell these joints down in Colombia. It's the fucking shit, man. I get this shit for $7. This is legit testosterone therapy, man. Look at this shit. I got my fucking lift on. I'm gonna go fucking whack one. I'm gonna get some real gratification out of that. And this thing costs like $8 US. In America, you gotta see a urologist or some shit. That's $100. That's $150 easily. Then you gotta get the meds. Like, we're talking about astronomically more than $7 or $8. And I got this joint at one of them local pharmacias here in Colombia. Like so, it's inyectable, they say, so it's injectable. So you just, like so, inject it in your fucking ass. And you got fucking testosterone, man, for like shit, like a month. Like, I got the testosterone right now of a fucking 25-year-old. It ain't no joke, man. I feel it. My fucking stomach's getting skinnier. I fucking lifted like 1.5 times my normal output for a late 40-something over the hill, motherfucker, and it's just fucking great, this shit. But anyway, I thought it apropos to mention my injectable testosterone because it all ties in with what we're talking about, goofing off and quitting your 9-to-5 grind and just letting it all hang out and traveling. So I'm what's known as a medical volunteer. Do not ever call me a guinea pig, lab rat, or some such. I'll turn around, bitch slap you so fast, your grandmother will forget your zip code, man. Don't call me that. I like to euphemistically call myself as a tester. More of a macho feel to it, you know, more of like I'm doing something, like the Marine shit, you know? Yeah, so I'm a tester. And how it works out being a tester, you go around the country and basically do these medical studies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're gonna ask, of course, are there side effects? Do you grow a third arm? Does your mouth get swollen? All that shit. I mean, I can't change people's mind. You're gonna think what you want to think, right? I just tell you that I've been doing studies for, how long's it been? Over 20 years. And I'm still standing. Sort of the proof concept is a lot of those 50 and 60-year-old friends I have in the Midwest, Indiana. Those guys have been doing this shit longer than I have. So you can make a living out of going around the country doing medical phase 1 testing. I'm a living example. If you want to know the particulars, I can get more into the weeds. I don't know how many of you are have a biology background and all that, and need all the gory details. That's just suffice it to say, I find these joints online. Some of these joints say we're paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Show up for a screening, and if you qualify, you're in the study. And this isn't like bumfuck Arkansas shit, like Austin, Texas has facilities. I do a lot of my stuff in Daytona Beach, Florida. They had one joint in Hawaii. So it's a pretty glitzy lifestyle, I gotta tell you. It's pretty much you go to these cool places, you hang out in these dorm room type of facilities, you take medications for 6 to 8 days. That's pretty much it. You get a stipend at the end. You're not obligated to do anything. It's purely a volunteer type of a situation. It's not that I'm losing my train of thought, guy. I'm not that fucking stupid. I'm just trying to gauge my stability and try to gauge my security. You got to do this shit on the down low when you're in the park. Okay, so if you get these sort of awkward calls, it's not like I'm a retard. It's not like when I'm trying to say I got it cued in my mind. I'm just trying to fucking look over my back every 2 seconds. And I can't keep this shit locked on one because, I mean, these girls, I got respect for them. They're just doing their job. I'm not going to speak ill of them. And there's kids too. I cannot be recording kids. So it's really a dicey situation. And I'm just doing the best I can. But tying that all in together, so basically I do medical studies and travel the world. How do I do it? Well, we'll get into the weeds. Like I said, I'm not advocating quitting your job and doing medical studies. Hell no. There's probably a good portion of you out there that are hypochondriacs or whatever the fuck that word is. And if you're that type of a person, if you're not only that, but if you just think too much, you're mental, disregard everything I've said. You know, enjoy the scenery, but do not get, romantic about doing medical studies and all that. Forget everything I said. Because I've seen motherfuckers literally think themselves into an adverse effect. We call them AEs. I've never had an AE. There are people that I have that are not so lucky. But just because you got an AE doesn't mean doing studies aren't viable, and that you can't live like me, just living your life doing medical studies and traveling. It is possible. So basically, this is just kind of a teaser, a sizzler reel about doing medical studies. I'm not going to give you the plot. You're going to have to drop me some comments. I would love a dono. You don't have to dono me. If you don't think my content's worth shit, it's all good to me. It's all good in the hood. But if you do really are interested, or at least interested in doing medical studies, I can hook you up with some knowledge. It's not like you're going to do medical studies and travel the world. I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not even saying it's 50% likely. This shit is not cut out for everybody. Just from the standpoint of veins. To do medical studies to make it viable, to do it for free, you gotta have veins. Like, I got veins, and I also got scars. See, that's a scar from just 20 years of doing medical studies. So there's that there. You gotta have veins. You gotta not be mental. Just all types of other things. You'll get disqualified from studies for a lot of different reasons. Metabolism, all that there. But yeah, so we're a rare breed testers. Again, if you ever see me, do not ever fucking call me a guinea pig lab rat. I swear to God, you'll lose the nice guy in a moment. Oh shit, that's cops. I better take it easy. Oh, we got the cops up in this bitch. We got girls. What more can you ask for? It's a lot better than Easter Island, huh? In the middle of the ocean. But yeah, that's a little bit about BJ. He does medical research studies for a living, basically. And he's lived to tell about it into his, not old age, but getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. And yeah, I am not advocating quitting your job to do medical studies. If you're working and you're grinding, do that grind. If you're going to school, I got nothing but props. I got respect. You know, I tried hard at school. I did try hard. I'll have you know. All right. So if you got that lockdown, you got that. God damn, my voice is hoarse. If you got that lockdown, you got that lockdown. If you're not, if you're in between university, or that 9 to 5 just ain't doing it for you, or you're overqualified, and things like a guy talking about medical studies does intrigue you, drop a comment below. I can hook you up with the knowledge. And this is not just common knowledge. This is fucking primo knowledge. This is primo knowledge. Being a veteran of this thing, I got WhatsApp group information. I got the information for like $20,000 study, $25,000 studies before the website gets it. Now, I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm not grifting. Like I said, this is the reverse. This is not an arm twisting ploy, all right? This is the opposite of arm twisting, all right? If you're scared about doing medical studies, any kind of qualms, do not ever fucking ask me anything about medical studies. Disregard. Enjoy the video, but disregard. Don't comment me. Perish the thought of doing medical studies, okay? But if on the other hand you are intrigued, drop me some comments. If you want to get the wheels rolling, I wasn't kidding about that $20,000. Last joint I did, $27K and change. That's why I took off. So to sum it up, there's a lot of money to be made in medical studies if you wanted to do it. If you're not, it's all good. Do your thing. Work your 9 to 5. Your 2.1 kids. You're not. Your house with a picket fence, unless you're in South California. Enjoy that. Do you. And yeah, that's about it. BJD giving you a little glimpse behind the curtain, giving you a little glimpse about the man behind the man today. Hope you enjoyed the vid. As I get more comfortable, I'm going to be doing more stuff behind the camera. But I think I'm glad that I was not behind the camera this time, in back of the camera. You got to see Parque Lleras, and you got to learn a little bit more about me. Now, like I mentioned in the Easter Island video, we're going to wrap these things up. We're going to go savage. So from Parque Lleras, Medellin, Colombia, ooh yeah!